Welcome to the Rambling Rector, continuing our series of stories from the Bible that I find work at so many different levels and in many ways quite good fun. And the parable of the workers in the vineyard, I wouldn't include necessarily as being fun, but it's quite profound. And of course we know the story, don't we, where the man comes to the marketplace and employs a worker first thing in the morning and says, if you work for me all day, I'll give you a certain amount of money. And then he comes back a little bit later and hires a few more people and their friends turn up and so on and so forth through the day until eventually the working day is over. Everyone goes home and he gives them exactly the same amount of money. And of course there's outrage. How very dare you? I've been working out here in the hot sun and you've given me this amount of money, and these other people have been out here for 10 minutes and they're getting all of the same benefits as me. How unreasonable is all of that? And I'm sure we found ourselves in those sorts of situations, haven't we, where things just don't seem to be fair and somebody else seems to get a better deal than us. And, we want to see the manager, don't we? And tell everybody how unreasonable it all is. Now, of course, the trick to this story and the bit that Jesus very cleverly manages to weave into the story is, of course, that all of these people are living on the edge. They are living on hand to mouth. They are what we call in the modern economy the gig economy. They are doing the jobs that really have no security, really have no benefits in the long run. They are there for the day, they're getting paid in cash, and what they do with the cash is the really interesting part of this story. Now, of course, it doesn't tell us what they do, but we kind of know what they're going to go and do, because it will take them a certain amount of money to buy the food that they need in order to feed themselves and their families. And so therefore what Jesus is actually speaking to us about is giving people enough money to be able to buy the things that they need, buy the basics that they require in order to exist. And so therefore we're not talking about a substantial sum of money for any of them, but what we're talking about is enough money. And isn't it the right of the owner of the vineyard, and here we're obviously thinking about God, to reward everybody equally so that they have the mechanism to keep themselves safe, happy and fed and providing basic security. So this is a really, really important part of the story. This is not about saying that everyone should get exactly the same and it's it's a sort of a metaphor for communism or socialism. Not at all. It's about saying that everybody has to have minimum standards. Everybody has to have the basics dealt with. And actually, if somebody provides those to you, and in this case it's the person of God, then actually that's a really good thing. And that's something for us to ponder as well. So we're busy saying how uneven and how unfair and how inequitable the world is. What we really need to understand isn't that some people might receive more than us, but we all have enough. That's the bottom line. And that's what Jesus is most concerned about, telling us that we have enough. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please like or subscribe to my channel. And it'd be wonderful for me to be able to keep you up to date with more of my videos and my thoughts on the stories of Jesus.